So somehow 5,000 years ago, okay, somebody built a fire, okay, and after the fire had died down, they had seen, and they built the fire, I guess, somewhere on the beach or something. And when the fire had died down, what happened was they saw these little pieces of glass, right? The sand, because of the heat that it was subjected to, had transformed into glass, right? By accident. But it wasn't really as simple as that. See, it cannot be any kind of sand. It cannot just be any kind of ordinary sand. Because you can't just make sand into glass with the heat. You can do that later, and you won't get that. You can go to East Coast and grab a bunch of, of sand, right? And, build a fire or whatever, and you're not going to create glass. Why? Because you also need sodium over there. And so, for that to have happened 5,000 years ago, they were, historians are saying that that fire must have been built on, a dried out, a seabed or something where there was a high sodium content as well. Okay, so it's really not just all about, to effect that inside-out change, yes, we need to make a decision, right? Yes, it starts here, but there's also the element of having the right set of circumstances. Being in the right circle with the right circle of people who will help you effect that change. That's the community that Art was talking about yesterday. On your own, you might not be able to effect that kind of change, but with the right community of people, with the right people behind you, right? With supporting you, egging you on, confronting you, speaking the truth in your life. Possible, right? I just really want to acknowledge I've got a lot of friends here today. They arrived last night, they're not just people that I work with, but they're really my brothers, and I so appreciate them because they're my community, and I just really want to thank them for coming here today. There's no way I could even be here in front of you if I didn't have them. Because tempered glass is different from glass, but that's a better kind of glass. Are you better today than you were last year? Or for that to happen, that process of change, small pieces of change, right, on a daily basis, needed to start a year ago when you decided, or today, so that a year from now, when we get together again, and it'll become like a reunion, when we get together again for ENMC 2010, who's coming back? All right? So a year from now, when we get together again, we'll say, hey, something's different. You've changed. Are you with me? Wouldn't that be great? Well, how we want to be a year from now when we get together again begins with a decision that we'll have to make today. And that decision is very, very important. Okay? Because what the results will be a year from now, you have no control over anymore. It's a decision that you're making today that you have control over. And it's that one decision that you make, and it becomes like a domino that just sets things in motion. So the decision, okay, that needs to happen today. Another kind of glass, magnifying glass. Okay? Use it for reading. Use it for looking at tiny specimens or tiny things because it gets magnified. Has the ability to magnify objects or words or whatever. Depending on the magnification, up to 100 times, right? But guess what? If you put that magnifying glass under the sun and put it at a particular angle and put a piece of paper under that, what happens to the paper? It burns, right? So it actually has a different use. As you go through the process of change, you'll realize that whatever change that you're effecting, maybe and most probably, you're going through that change and you're deciding to make that change because you want to be a successful network marketing professional. as you undergo that change, you'll soon discover that whatever change you make in yourself for this business, you also get to use in the other aspects of your life. Because invariably, you become a better network marketer, that means you become a better leader. And you become a better leader, you become a better father. Right? You become a better friend. You become a better citizen. Are you with me? So, you can do other things because of that change. There are other things that you'll realize that you're good for as you go through that process of changing and evolving so that you could be successful one day.